Bro, the amount light travels in 1 nanosecond is exactly the size of my dick. Up is down and the moon is fake. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Under the Desk.
Yeah, welcome back. So today we're gonna talk about our
Influences.
influence. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Influenza. The disease. And how it's been a huge part of my life recently.
the Zika virus.
Yeah.
Also, that's what I was thinking of. It wasn't Zima,
Yeah.
it was Zika.
Yeah.
Because Zima is the alcoholic carbonated beverage, which
Yeah.
was mentioned in the Archer.
Yeah, we were watching Archer earlier today.
Yeah,
Love that show.
It's a great show.
Shout out to Archer.
Oh yeah.
My boy Sterling. I love that name.
Dude, right?
Like,
Isn't that so great?
yeah.
Like Sterling Archer.
Yeah.
What a name.
It would be horrible if I named my kid that because it would just be like Sterling Stone.
Yeah. That'd be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Sterling Smith would not be. No.
I mean, it could work, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Yep.
Plus, I'm probably gonna take my wife's name.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like my name. I don't like Smith.
No?
But that's for my own reasons
Mm.
that none of you need to know about right now. That sounded hostile.
Yeah, we could do another episode about that
We could
because I'm
totally
kind of
do-
curious.
Basically, I don't care to carry on the family name.
Fair
'cause
enough.
I'm not a fan of my family, so like
That's
I'm gonna just
respectable.
take my wife's name, especially if it sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Like I've had some people where I'm like, would I actually take your name? And I'm like, some of them sound really good, some do not, but like it's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk
Yeah,
about.
we're here to talk about influences.
Yeah, like our influences, our role models, that kind of
Peer
shebang.
pressure.
What?
Bullshit. That's an influence.
I mean, okay,
Driving under the influence, you're
Also
dumb.
bull
You're
crap.
dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But for real, role models and shit. That's what we're here to talk about today.
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll let you go first because I know you've got some ones that I want to hear more about because I talk about mine all the time
No, it's cool.
because they're like 4 people.
Um,
4 people and a TV show are my influences. And a book.
pretty much the same. I gotta be honest. So I don't know how to rank these in terms of like.
This isn't in
biggest-
order of like most important, least important. Like if you are talking about one and you're like, yeah, this is the one, then like you say that, but this is just like in general here are some of my influences.
Yeah. Okay. Probably. Okay. This one I could probably say is like my biggest influence, like positive influence in my
Yeah.
life, is probably, Pam. Gotta be honest. She was.
Could you tell our listeners about Pam?
I would love to tell you guys about Pam. Pam was the the drug and alcohol counselor at our high school. I went there not because I have drug and alcohol problems, but because I know people who do.
That's what
and
an
because-
alcoholic would say.
That is fair. That is what an addict would say. Be like, I don't have problems.
I'm sorry for that joke. That was kind of mean.
No, it's totally fine.
No, I just mean like in general, like that probably wasn't the best joke to make.
It's fine. People are used to it. If
Yeah.
they're not, then they will be.
I'm gonna let them quote you on that.
Okay. Basically, like I would just always go to her. I knew her since I was in 6th grade because
Yeah.
my sister went to the same high school as we do now, and
Mhm.
so like she knew Pam, and so like she had me introduced. She introduced me to her and was like, "Hey, this is who she is. Like this is who you'll be talking to probably a lot when you get here," and which is true. I went to Pam's probably at least twice a day, just to like hang out, like
Yeah.
do whatever. Met a lot of people. Like we have multiple Pam squads,
Yeah.
which are like me and a bunch of other people. I won't name names, but like there are people who like your girlfriend loves.
Yeah.
Like specifically one that she like loves. I'm not gonna. I can't.
You
say
can tell
the
me
name.
later
Yeah,
because
I'll
I'm
tell you
really
later.
really lost on that
She
point.
just says that she wants to date her all the time. If that helps.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's her, and then like people who have moved now, or like one person who has moved now, but like it's still cool. And like a bunch of people have graduated. I met in Pam's, and like
Yeah.
it was just a fun time. And like she's always like stuck by me, obviously, because like one, that's her job, but also because like she's like the best.
Yeah.
She, she's just always been a positive influence, and, like a good role model, and like she knows me really well, and like always calls me on my beak bull. Like she's just like,
Yeah.
no, you're you're doing that, or like you're saying that, you're thinking that because this is the truth. And I'm like, you're right.
Pam, why'd you have to out me like that?
I'm like, at me
why can't you
next
just let me be angry?
Yeah, like she'll just be like, so what you're trying to tell me is that this, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, whatever plan you have, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do this instead. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
fine. And usually it pans out.
Yeah.
So like it works. So that's
Nice.
probably my biggest influence.
Okay.
Second would probably be not second, but like just like in general, more big influences. Kevin Hines,
Yep.
who our school knows now because he came to our school.
He's
and,
dope.
Yeah, he came to talk about mental health and like suicide prevention and whatnot, and like I'm about that shit. Like I'm really into like having people not die and like not be upset.
Those sound like suspicious morals to me.
Clearly, that's what someone who's a murderer would say.
No comment.
But like he was super cool. I met him like before the presentation.
Yeah.
And like I also knew about him a lot because like
Yeah.
during my youth mental health training, we used his videos as like guidelines and everything, so like,
Mhm.
it's super cool. So like I knew about him. I was like, that's a cool guy. I want to be like him. And then I met him, and I was like, I love that man. Like I love that guy.
He's my dad.
He's my dad. Dad.
Dad?
But so basically, like I was talking to him. I'll tell the audience about this.
Yeah.
But this is something that is super cool. It literally changed everything for me, like that week at least.
Yeah.
This was last week or whatever, and like I had been like upset recently.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like not about it, like just in general, like just life in general. I was just like, ugh, like I'm just bored and like tired. Like I don't want to like do school or anything like that. And I was just like whatever. So I was like having an annoying weekend, and then I get to school Monday, have the presentation. I talk to him afterwards, right? And I'm just like chilling, talking with him, and he notices my necklace. And for the audience who doesn't know, last year I took Jewelry 1 and I'm in Jewelry 2 now, but I made a necklace and it was the first assignment. And it's just like two circular punched out pieces of sheet metal. One is brass, one is copper, and the brass one has a cutout elephant in it, like a little outline or whatever. And, like I made that, and that's super cool. And then the back is copper, and it's punched into it with lettering, and then patinaed, which is like stained black, is the words "To the Sunrise." And "To the Sunrise" is a partial lyric from the song "Sunrise" by my favorite band, Our Last Night.
Mm-hmm.
But like it wouldn't be copyrighted or anything because it's just 3 words, so like it's fine. And like "To the Sunrise" means like specifically when you're feeling really upset, like when you basically like want to die and like kill yourself, just make it to the sunrise and like things will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like you just got to keep doing that. And I explained this all to him. And the other thing is like the elephant one, it was symbolic of like Cage the Elephant, my other favorite band.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my late uncle who had killed himself, his favorite animal was elephant. So I was like, this works.
Yeah.
And like elephants are
That's
just
awesome.
like really into like memory and like having a good memory
Yeah.
of people. So like there you go. Like
I love elephants. That's
are-
one of my favorite
elephants
animals.
are sick, right? So I was explaining this all to him, except the elephant business. I just like didn't have time or
Yeah.
whatever, and he was just like, "Yo, I really like that. That's awesome. That inspired me.
Yeah.
I want to make a T-shirt out of it." And I was like, "What?" And he
That's
was
fucking
like,
sick.
"He was like, send me pictures of that. Here's my card. Here's my email. Send me pictures. I want to make a T-shirt. The elephant will be on the front, or no, To the Sunrise will be on the front. Elephant on the back. Your name will be on it." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was freaking out. What? Yeah, that's basically like I turned it.
Look at that on the capture, man. That's
Wow,
crazy.
the audio readout is insane. But like I was there.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, like
who had
sorry
their
about-
volume
sorry
louder.
about your ears.
Yeah.
But like I was just like sitting there. I was like, "Oh my god, like that's awesome, thank you." And like I was like looking at Ariel, his like mentee. Yeah, his like mentee. Like he's the mentor to her.
Oh, okay.
She.
It's like a
I like looked at her.
human T-shirt.
No. I was looking.
What a
at her.
lame superhero.
Yeah, seriously. I was like looking at her, and I like my eyes were just like, oh my god. Like I didn't know. Like oh my god. Like I literally, in my mind, watch out everybody. Just like lower the volume. In my mind, I was like, oh my god, holy crap, what? And I was freaking
Oh my
out.
crud.
Oh my crud! I literally couldn't even
That
speak
got
English.
me.
I was like,
That's all, folks.
like I was freaking out, but like inside and like outside, I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
Oh my god.
oh my god. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
But I was like, this is the greatest and awesome and like coolest thing that
Yeah.
like has ever happened. Like
That's
that,
dope.
that just blew my mind. And he was just like, yeah. And so, like that, literally, everything from that moment on, it's just been great. I've had the best week ever, and
That's
like
awesome.
time since that. Like the next day was just really good. Like it was just I was just having a good day.
Mhm.
I've just like been real positive about everything, and
I dig that.
I just keep going back to that whenever I'm like angry or upset. Like my sister came home the other
Mm-hmm.
day from like college, and like immediately walked in, and I was angry. Like, like
Yeah.
like immediately she just started like criticizing my TV shows, and I was like, that's not cool. Like that is the one thing that I do when it's rainy and stormy, which
Yeah.
it was, and I was like, don't judge me, okay? I like Marvel TV shows. They are good. And so she was just like, this is stupid. Like, he looks dumb with that haircut. And I'm like, who do you get to? He's a famous actor. And in this TV show, he's a
how about-
superhero. Like,
How about shut up?
Yeah,
Have
like-
you ever considered fuck you?
like, have you ever getting on my face? Who asked you to be here? Oh, right, my cousin. But, like, whatever. Like, it's fine. She's just getting married. But I was just like, no. But then I was just like, you know what? Nah, I got that T-shirt thing going on. Like, it's a good day. And, like, the night was still, I was angry. But, like, it's fine. Cause,
Less angry.
I woke up
Yeah.
and I was like, nah, I'm good. And, like,
Positivity,
it's
y'all.
been, it's been really nice.
Have you had your plus sign today?
Yeah.
That's a Prince lyric from the song Positivity off of Love Sexy. Listen to that album, man. It's 42 minutes. It's one audio clip.
Nice. I don't know how to come back to that. But I'm going to just, like,
Do you have any other role models?
yeah, I was just going to move on.
Cool.
So, like, that was Kevin Hines. He's really up there. He's awesome. Great dude.
Yep.
Other dude, Adam Savage. You may know him from Mythbusters, which he co-hosted. Ow! With Jamie Heineman.
30 years of special effects experience between them.
True. He's, like, Adam Savage specifically, because like, we've just, like, seen more about him now, because, like, with his YouTube channel Tested and all that jazz, and, like... just, like,
Partial. What's the podcast that they have?
Untitled.
Partial inspiration for this podcast, just so y'all know.
Their podcast is called Still Untitled, and that's just the date that they are recording or whatever, or releasing it. Yeah, releasing it. And I think that's the best. Literally, that is the best title I've ever seen. It's just Still Untitled. Because, like,
Yeah.
it just, like, totally captures everything that's, like, about.
Mhm.
And, like, I've titled an essay that. And I was like, dope. So, he's a big role model because, like, he is super into science and, like, comics and, like, all that stuff, and, like, he's incredibly smart. Like, he's literally a genius. I'm like 99% sure he's actually genius intellect,
Yeah.
but, like, I could be wrong, but he's pretty dope. And, like, I don't know. He's just all about, like, making things, and, like, he's just super into it, and, like, he loves
Yeah.
when people, like, send him, like, their, like, workshops. He's like, I've seen people who have, like, warehouse-sized professional workshops who make stuff, and I've seen people who literally have a desk in their closet, in their foyer, as their workshop. Foyer, sorry. Gosh.
Sorry.
My God. All right. I apologize. And like, he's like, and I love it. Like, they make great stuff. He's like super into it. And it's just like, I'm just into that, you know? Like, he's a great dude. Big inspiration, big role model. He's just about, like, creativity and, like, life. And it's just like, hell yeah.
I support that.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's other influences, like, and, like, big role models, like, you know, just other people that,
Yeah.
like, you know, in general.
Things and people you've met along the way.
Exactly. That, like, every now, like, there's people that I'm just like, you know what? Like, they don't even, it doesn't have to be, like, a long, consistent, like, drawn out, inspirational person. They could just be like, they say one thing, and I'm like, wow. Like, I'm going to use that. And there's, like, TV shows that do that, like Doctor Who, obviously, big inspiration. Archer, unfortunately.
Nah.
For some people, are gonna be like, wow, that's dumb. But, like, I love Archer.
Yeah.
Like the character, Sterling Archer is actually one of my role models. I like to be like him.
Yeah.
Not the arrogant, douchey, like awful, slightly person, like addict person. Like I don't like that part.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, but like like his quips and like
Yeah.
the way he just like kind of like his bravado.
Yeah.
I really dig that. I think
Yeah.
it's really funny, and I want to be. Total. I don't care. Dropping that subject. The movie Stuck in Love. It's my favorite movie. All of those characters, I take major inspiration from. I watched it with a friend of mine, and as I was watching it, she was just like, "Yo, all of this reminds me of you," and I was like, "No. I remind you of this. Like I promise you.
Yeah.
The way like the person you know me to be
Yeah.
is because I've taken so much influence from this movie.
Yeah.
Because I love like the writing is just good and like the just like the way it writes. Like there's one quote, the father is talking to the son, like the family of writers, and
Yeah.
he uses a quote. Someone mentioned how the writer is the sum of their experiences, and then he says to his son, "Now go get some."
Mm-hmm.
And like that starts like the major part of the movie, and for me that was just like really impactful because I was like, you know what, like up until that point I'd always just been like hanging around doing my own thing, like always kind of staying like
Yeah.
in the safety zone or whatever, and like that, after a while I was like, this is stupid, this is boring, like I don't like just not experiencing things,
Yeah.
not having the fun I want to have. And so like after that moment I was just like, if there's something that I want to do, I'm going to do it as long as it doesn't hurt people.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it doesn't hurt me.
As long as it's a positive thing.
Yeah. Like, put your heart on the line, Like, get hurt. Like, because, like...
Jump in front of a bus.
Yeah, seriously. Like, if your friends jump off a bridge, jump with them. I mean, there's probably a good reason that they're jumping.
I've jumped off of cliffs with my friends before. It's the best.
Yeah. Don't like lemming it up.
What?
A lemming is a type of animal, and like they just like they follow each other. So if one jumps off a cliff, like
They all just do that.
like all jump off. Like literally, there are videos of like hundreds just like diving to their deaths off cliffs. And like
That's horrible.
you know how like
Talk about a pack mentality.
yeah, seriously, like like the phrase like a lemming
Yeah.
or whatever. That's what that is. Like,
Like an animal.
okay.
That's a Foy Vance song.
Uh,
We'll get to him in a minute.
Yeah, but it's like that movie as well. That's a big inspiration for who I am and like who I try to be.
Yeah.
It's just like that kind of person. Like I want to experience things, and that's what I want to be as a father. I want to be Greg Kinnear
Mm-hmm.
because man, he is great.
Who is he?
He's the actor who plays the father.
Ah.
And like he just like wants his kids to like live life, get hurt, have experiences, feel, just like feel things,
Yeah.
and like just do things, and like that's just super cool to me. Like I'm not gonna do drugs or anything because I'm not about that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna like, you know what? Like I'm gonna ask that person out, or like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna go do that like fun
Yeah.
thing or whatever.
Let's go get pancakes at 9 o'clock at night at a shitty McDonald's that gives you an orange chocolate milkshake. Just have that experience. And then know that they charged you for 9 pancakes. And that they gave you 9 pancakes and you were too slow to realize that, like, you ordered 3 pancakes and they gave you 9. But now you paid for it and you're never going to, like, forget that.
I know that that's a personal experience for you.
Yeah.
I
I caught a Lapras, though, outside that place on Pokemon Go.
Wow,
It was sick.
What a
What a night that was.
what a like brief moment. Pokemon Go was like a good thing.
Yeah.
Now it's bad.
Just took up too much space, man.
It just like it was just a bad time after a while because like they just kind of ruined it.
Mm-hmm. For me, it was like I ran out of Pokeballs and whatever, and so it was like, well, what do I do?
You have to live in an area where there's a ton of Pokestops
Yeah.
and whatnot, and like you get them like nobody's business. But like still, even still, like it whatever. We don't need to discuss
Yeah.
that. So after I've talked for 20 minutes,
Yeah.
what about you? What are your role models, bro?
Here we fucking go, everybody.
I know the first one.
No, that's not gonna be the first one. That's gonna be the last one.
I know the last one.
So first, I'm gonna try and choose these carefully because I wanna be specific and really bring out important ones. I think definitely the entirety of what Lord of the Rings is is deeply ingrained into who I am, because like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit were one of the first. They were like the first bedtime story I remember being read. Like one of the earliest memories I have is my dad sitting in a blue striped chair that I have upstairs reading Peter and I The Hobbit, and just like it being the coolest thing ever.
Wow, children's lit must be super easy for you.
Yeah.
I don't remember being read Jack.
Yeah. I mean, I remember very little of my childhood just because of like how my brain works, but like because a lot of my brain works by association. So if like I look at Campbell's soup, I'm like, oh, I had Campbell's soup that one time, so that memory is in my head now.
Yeah.
But like one of the moments I can actually recall just by like thinking about childhood is like being read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And like, you know how many times I've reread The Fellowship of the Ring for like summer reading just because it's a book I know and that I like.
Probably many.
Yeah. But just everything about those books, like the camaraderie between everybody, the radness of like dwarves and elves and like,
Dude, I love
wizards and fucking. I love medieval stuff, man.
Dude,
I
it's
love
the
it.
best. It's
Love
the
it.
best.
But next is a huge part of my morality and like not necessarily mannerisms, but just like ideologies I have come from Doctor Who. Just like a lot. Like, you showed me that show, and then I rewatched it 9 times in a row.
Yep.
Like, I would finish it, first episode, finish it, first episode, finish it, first episode, finish it. And that was like a year of my life, just watching Doctor Who.
I know, you've seen it more times than I have.
Yeah.
Which is like, partially...
I have a very obsessive personality.
Part of me feels, like, insecure. You
Yeah.
know that? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just like, man, he's a bigger fan than I am. And I'm like, fuck.
Not necessarily a bigger fan, but just like when
You're
I'm
you're
into
so much
something,
more
I get
dedicated.
like into it. So like it's where some of my other influences came from. But just watching that show over and over and like looking at the Doctor's sort of ideas of like guns are fucking stupid and like
How to
why
approach
would
life.
anybody ever need them, and like just be nice to people and be positive and whatever. So I'll leave that one short because we're gonna have an episode about Doctor Who, and I know we can go off on that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, everybody, I have some stuff in my throat right now. But I'm gonna. Did that even register? No. Jason said my dick. But these next two are singular moments. Like, these moments lasted no more than 10 minutes and like no less than 3. That like I think about these all the time. One of them is very recent, which you'll get. The first was sailing camp. This was like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I don't fucking know.
7.
Yeah, it was that I was born and this happened. But me and my yeah, at age 6, I was born without a face, and my father said, "What?" My father said, "Dad." Hell yeah. But basically, me and my friends for summer camp, we were unhappy with how things were going because it wasn't about fun anymore. It was just about doing drills and whatever, and it was fucking dumb. Which is why we're all cool with not going to that summer camp anymore. But we were going to complain, like we were literally going to make complaints, and like this girl, who is awesome, and like I'm not even that close to her, but I just feel very connected to her as a person because of how she's impacted my life, like pulled us all over and like just like we weren't sitting down on everything. She just like stopped us and was like, "Hey, it's okay to like stuff. Like you don't have to like hate everything just because that's what people do. Like it's cool to enjoy parts of it and like look at positive stuff." And like a switch just like flipped in my head and I was like, "Oh my God." Like I can be happy. Like just cuz. Oh my God. And so like my entire psyche now is just based around like, hey, I'm going to make this fun and like what do I love about this? And just like excessively positive things. Like maybe to a fault where it's just like I don't even recognize bad things. It's just kind of like if something's happening it's like I love that. Like I find something good and
I
I
love
just
the experience.
yeah. Like literally, like the other night, my dad was yelling at me for this is what I talked about earlier because I hadn't moved the cars and it was like 9 o'clock at night,
Right.
and he had just had a 2 hour drive home from work because the roads were so bad. So like he had reason to be angry because I completely forgot, and like we had to shovel like half of the entire driveway to like move these cars, and we were like pushing them around because they couldn't move in the snow, and like. The entire time I was just like, this sucks now, but in like half an hour it's gonna be fine. And then half an hour later, it was fine. So like, I have that experience imparted on me a great deal of positivity, and I'm really thankful for that
Hey, man, if it
because I
gets you
feel like I
through
would
it-
turn out as a completely different person if I hadn't been like, it's okay to like stuff. Because so much of culture right now is just like, I hate this thing, and like I
Oh, I
hate
hate this
myself,
thing too.
and like this sucks and that sucks and blah. And instead, like now I like walk into a room and I'm like trying to hold back complimenting people.
Dude,
like
I've seen you. Like, I think you put more energy into not complimenting people
Yeah.
than you do into complimenting people.
Absolutely. Like,
Like-
I often, like, especially in chorus class with Whitman, I love you, Whitman. Just so you know, you are such a great person, and I'm so thankful to have you because I love music theory, and you've just made that a great part of my life. And, like, answering my music theory questions and stuff, it's great. Love you. But, like, every time I walk into chorus class, because it's like 6 people, it's a really close
Right.
group, because, like, one class is 30 kids, one is 6, don't worry about it.
Yeah, no.
I'm the only bass in the class.
we don't need balancing. You know,
No.
our counselors are always like, the
that.
class is too full.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
There's 6 people.
It's like there's 6 people.
But like, I'm really glad it turned out that way because it's just me and a bunch of girls, and like, I'm a feminine dude, so like being around women is just more comfortable for me.
Totally agree.
And so just like hanging out with them is like, I want to talk to Whitman about like, Whitman, can I just have like 5 minutes at the start of class to just tell people how much like I like them and like how I think their outfits are cool today? Like, because I like look around the room and I'm like, cool shirt, cool shoes. Like, I like that lipstick, her hair's cool today. It's just like, I want to tell them, but like, Whitman will like give me looks if I'm talking too much because like we it's class, like we
Yeah.
have to actually sing and get stuff done. But like, I want to tell people they're awesome, you know?
Dude, we need people like you because there's so much toxicity and like just like awful like hate.
That's very kind. You're doing well.
Thanks.
Bro, I've got your back.
Dude, hey, I appreciate it, man. Alright?
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
But the next one, so this happened at a job I once had, and basically there was this guy, and he like blew up at somebody, and like I was shocked because I'd never experienced that before. This was a while ago, but like, I like something he said was along the lines of, "I'm under so much pressure right now," and like, that thought sticks in my head all the time because there are so many moments like with just like stress of school and college and like thinking about the future and whatever, and like this trip I'm planning next year and the stuff I want to get done with music and everything, where if I focus on it, it's like, wow, I'm under pressure.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'll want to just like use that as an excuse on people and blow up at them, and like it just immediately comes in my head like, don't be that guy, because I like that dude. I'm very comfortable with saying I would rather not see. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather not be around him. He's not my favorite person
Oh
in the
yeah,
world.
no. I
And so,
100% agree.
yeah, Jason knows this guy as well.
I was there for the moment.
Yeah, yeah. But like, it just sticks in my head. Like, don't be that guy, because like when he was blowing up and whatever, the thought that came into my head is like, one, unprofessional, obviously, and two, like, there are so many other ways to put that. Like, you did not have to speak in that tone to these people.
Oh yeah, no.
And so like,
Like those people do not deserve that kind of reaction.
exactly. And so like, even if I'm like having a really irritating day and I'm like with my girlfriend and like it's hitting a point where like it could like something small, you know, where it's just like somebody gets in your personal bubble or whatever and you're like, I need space right now. Like, I never want to be the person to blow up and just be like, just give me a minute. Like,
Hold on! Ah!
like I don't want to blow up at people. And so like whenever I sort of hit a point where it's like, if I need like time to relax, or like it's just like a day where I need some time alone and people aren't giving me that, or like if somebody's talking about something to me and it's like I understand exactly what they're saying and they're just talking and I want to be like, just stop, I get it, go away. I I make the conscious decision to be like, I'm not gonna be that guy because I hated when that happened. And so that was a big just like part of that's a relatively recent addition onto who I am as a person, I think, and I feel like that's gonna stick with me for a while. There's something in this pocket, and I don't know what it is. I just realized there's something in this pocket. I'm gonna check it out later. So now we come to musical influences, which are, you know, one of the biggest parts of me because music is what I do. So the person that got me started doing music was Ed Sheeran. Seriously look this up. Ed Sheeran in the live room, in the live lounge, his performance of "Give Me Love," like that song is why I do music. Like just him playing that song live was astounding. I watched that over like 30 times, and so just like, you know, I've watched a million of his interviews. Like I've listened to almost every song he's ever released. Like, you know, that's the obsessive part of my personality. Like if I'm like into something and I'm interested, then like that's like what I'm doing. Like I don't listen to anything else. I don't think about anything else for a while. And that could be like years. And so like Ed Sheeran was that for like a good year. It was just like I wanted to play every song and I wanted to know like I have a book, like his like in quotes autobiography, because I'm not sure if it actually is.
It should be called an audio biography.
That would be pretty sick. I might take that in 30 years. But just like his music and how he acts professionally and his professional choices and how he presents himself as a person and as a performer is a big part of what I want to do. Like him, like just always being nice to people. And like he says that a lot in interviews, like make a point of being nice. Like if you want to throw stuff or whatever, be nice to people now. And then once all the doors are closed and you're alone, go off, whatever. But just like be nice to people because it only hurts to be mean. And like, you know, really knowing his stuff in terms of like if he has a, you know, his drive and like he played like 300 shows in a year. That's almost a show every day. Yeah. And those are like full length gigs and like plus open mic nights, whatever. Like just the persistence and dedication to that is what I want and what I know I need to be successful with this. So Ed Sheeran for sure is a huge influence. Branching off of Ed Sheeran, Foy Vance. Foy Vance is incredible. Oh my God. Just like the soul in that man's voice. Like he's this like old short Irish guy, like skinny Irish guy with a fantastic mustache, who lives in like the Highlands of Scotland. Like, there's an interview where he's like, I needed to pick a house and like, I need to piss outside. And, like, I needed a place where I can just, like, I just need to pee. Like, I can just go outside and I can do that. It's like, that's awesome. Like, I admire that. And, like, his first album, Hope, I encourage everybody in the world to listen to that. It's not his favorite album that he's ever released, but, like, it's a fantastic album. Like, there are so many heart-wrenching songs on that album. It's so good. And just like the musicality is fantastic. Like the soul, the lyricism, the musicality, phenomenal on that record. And on Joy of Nothing and The Wild Swan, his two most recent records. Because there was like a 10-year gap between Hope and Joy of Nothing. Like he took a break. And like he had a kid and like he's having a kid now, so there's going to be another break. But, you know, he also released his Live in London project, which is like 24 songs. It's dope. Listen to that. But just his musicality and the soul in his voice and the way he writes, I want that really bad. Because like he just has a way with words that gets his point across in a way that isn't obvious. Like a lot of what I look at my own writing and see is like there are other ways to put that would sound better lyrically and that would capture the emotion better, and Foy Vance has great command of that. Like if he has an idea that he wants to get across, he will get it across. Like in the lyrics alone, bam, you know exactly what he's talking about. I wanna learn and play at an open mic night Regarding Your Lover, which is this song about his ex-wife that left. They divorced and like she went to be with somebody else. And from the lyrics, it sounds like she went to be with another woman, which is like cool. Like, I don't give a shit, but like, like, bro, who cares?
But, like, it sucks that like he left.
Yeah, it was just an interesting
Or
thing
she
with the
left.
lyrics because I'm just not sure if that's true based on the lyrics because just because of this song that Hosier has called Cherry Wine. It's called Cherry Wine. I've played it before. You've probably heard it. But that song is about an abusive relationship where the woman is abusing the man. But in the video, it's a man abusing the woman. So it's just sort of to get the point across that it happens in multiple ways and it's not one gender on the other. So my thinking is that like Foy Vance could have made that artistic decision. It could be like he wants to make a point of like he wants, you know, representation and that kind of thing, which is great. But just like he has this, I'm gonna play you this song once we're done recording. Like he has this line where it's like, I would rather have you been vaporized by a lunar reflection in the sky than to be beguiled by one so banal. Like there are just these amazing words and rhythm, and he like just the ability he has to inflect emotion in his voice and carry that with words is awesome to me. So Foy Vance, totally a huge influence. And then here we come to Prince. Like number one across the board. Oh my God! Like in every way that isn't, you know, social
Morally.
and like morally, yeah, because he was an asshole to a lot of people. Because he wanted to present the image of a rock star, which like he did, but like he was a dick. But absolutely enormous influence. Like he was a genius. Like anybody who studies, and like I feel confident in saying I study his work. Like, you know, For You, Prince, Dirty Mind, Controversy, 1999, Purple Rain, Around the World in a Day, Under the Cherry Moon, Sign of the Times, Love Sexy, Batman. Like, those are his first, like, 12 albums. And I could give you their years, too.
Yeah.
But, like, I've listened to all of these and
You've
just...
done it to me.
Yeah.
I've asked for it.
Yeah.
I mean.
But, like, just... He can play exactly what he's thinking. And that's so hard to do. Like, he knows how everything needs to sound. He knows, like, the pitch and just... It's amazing. Like, if you see that man play live, it's astounding. Like, I don't understand how a person can have such command over making noise. Like,
it's actually very true.
he played 42 instruments. Like, he was releasing music for, like, 50 years. Like, he was absolutely insane. And, like, his work is just so astounding. Like, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just... like Mozart in the 80s, like just exploring every sound. He did every kind of music. He did jazz, he did neo soul, he did rap, not well, but he did it. Like he did rock, he did pop, he did da 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 da, and like he switched his image with every different album. Like it was completely new look. Like Purple Rain was like, you know, the long purple trench coat with the diamond-studded shoulder and, like, the frilly shirt and, like, a very Jimi Hendrix kind of shirt with, like, a suit over it. And he's wearing he wore heels all the time, but, like, he's wearing heels. He's got his tilted hat and, you know, he's got his curly hair like this. And then Around the World in the Day, he's wearing, a normal suit, still with the heels, like, that's baby blue with clouds on it. He's cut his hair so he's got bangs. He's wearing thicker eyeliner. And then, like... after Around the World in a Day was Under the Cherry Moon, and now it's a very French look with like crop tops and like shorts and like this like long wide brim hat. Like he could change everything about himself and completely reinvent, and I love that because just the longevity that created. Like he explored every kind of music. Like it's amazing.
Basically, like he like broadened his audience to the point
Yeah.
where it's like anyone can like Prince.
Yeah.
Because there's at least one album.
Yeah.
That's your favorite type of music.
Yeah. And like
pretty
even
awesome.
like you will find a song that you can bump to.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what kind of music you listen to. You could listen to classical music and he's got like completely piano songs. Like if you just want to hear some great melodies, look up God, the love theme from Purple Rain. That's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's completely instrumental, and just like what he does with melody and music alone is incredible on that. Venus de Milo, like off of Under the Cherry Moon, phenomenal. Temptation off of
yeah.
Around the World in the Day, the man hits the highest note. Like, I don't understand how a man can make that sound. Like, he hits his lowest possible note and his highest possible note in the same song. And I'm not talking like The Weeknd highest note. I'm talking like The Weeknd dreams he could hit that note.
Like The Weeknd on like 6 times speed. Like,
Yeah.
this dude, like, he has what, like a 7-octave range?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all understand 7 octaves?
Most
fucking incredible.
people's register is like 2. If you're a good singer,
Yeah.
like 3.
There's a singer in our school who I'll name once we're done recording, but she has like almost 3 octaves, which is like really impressive. Like 7?
I know
Are
what
you
you're talking
kidding
about,
me?
by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. She's cool. I like her a lot.
Yeah.
But just like I don't know how to explain the amazingness of Prince to somebody. Like, and it's hard to get people involved because it's very avant-garde music. Like, he's screaming, the command he has over his voice, like, it's ridiculous. Like, Eric Clapton has been quoted, like, an interviewer asked him, so what does it feel like to be the, like, best guitarist in the world? And he goes, I don't know, ask Prince. Like, if y'all enjoy guitar, like, y'all know Jimi Hendrix for sure. Like, Prince is a better guitarist.
Yeah.
Like he
I
like
don't even like Prince. Like,
Yeah.
He's not even my type of music. And
Yeah.
like, he is
It's just,
probably
like,
the best musician
it's
I've ever known.
insanity. Like, he is a combination of like Jimi Hendrix, Little Richard, James Brown. Like, the way he performs, like, he's doing like full choreography, like dancing, splits, flips. Like, he's doing everything
Jumping
in
off
heels.
the pianos.
Yeah.
Jumping off of the set.
Yeah, like he's like
Getting hip dysplasia.
oh my god, like the guy died of fentanyl. Like, because of problems he had because of how hard he performed. Like, the dude was like 5'2", in like 6-inch heels, doing everything you could dream of. Like, he knew every part. He could tell anybody what exactly they had to do. He could play it for them over and over and over. Like, he could jam with anybody. He was incredible. Like, you just need to study him. Like, look up, if you want to see him play live, look up Rave Unto the Year 2000 concert. That's RAVE space UN the number 2 space the year 2000. Also, he's the guy who created talking with letters. Like, that whole text thing of like, what are you up to? Like, spelled with the letter U. He started that. That was him. Like,
like that Justin Bieber and like what is it? No, like Where Are You Now? And
Yeah.
Like U2 and like,
Yeah.
not the band, like the song, and
Yeah.
then like all that crap. That's from him.
That he started that. Like, the parental advisory sticker you see on explicit like albums where it has profanity and whatever, that's because of Purple Rain. Like, the guy talks about in the song Darling Nikki, he talks about a woman masturbating with a magazine, and like entire like a swath of parents came together and they were like and so that sticker is on music now because of that guy. Like, there were y'all know memes, so like there was that meme of like, this could be us but you plan. That's his lyric. He started that. Like, he was like an innovator. Like, he designed all his own clothes. Like, he had them personally made. He designed all his own clothes. He produced, he arranged, he wrote everything. He played every instrument on like 30 of his albums. Like, it was insane. Like, he would be doing his own full band, like writing his albums and whatever, and then have side bands like The Time, you know, Vanity Six. Like, he was just across the board, like, doing a million things. Nobody could tell him what to do. He changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol just to get out of a contract. Like, the dude was savage as shit. It was amazing. So that's been my ramble about Prince for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you guys want to hear me talk more about Prince, I will attempt to organize my thoughts. Like, I'll just... I don't even know, man. All I can reiterate is how amazing it is to hear him. Like, if you're a musician, like... And I don't mean that in a snobby way. I mean, if you, like, want to understand how music works and like seeing music theory in action and understanding on a deeper level how melody can work with chords and just how to use music as a tool and like have command over it, study his work. Like even if you hate it, his melodies and like the hooks he has, the motifs, like he did everything. Like everything you could ever dream of, he's done well. And just like analyzing his work and being like, "Oh, you can make that sound with a guitar? Like what did he do there rhythmically? Why is this important here? Why did he make these choices?" It's all very deliberate. Like just study him if you care about music on a really deep level. Just study, bro. Just study.
And that has been our
Influences.
influences. So
Influenza.
Zika
We're all
virus.
sick.
We're all sick. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very
Have a
much.
great night, everybody.
It's cold. It's coming off.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
So anyway.
That. All right.
Go ahead.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will see you on the next episode of Under the Desk.
Yeah. Have a good night. You know, comment